What exactly? Anyway, guys,
Well, that's
when I
your
stop
good.
laughing, I'd like you all to this is lads, I swear my head's all over the place. Right, this is Mystics or Lunatics with Anne and Andrea. And I'm after having a great laugh, guys, because Anne and Andrea were fighting over the chair, and it was so funny to watch
Yes,
the two of
and
them
her
do it.
mother having spinal stenosis.
But you know what I have? A headache now.
Anyway, guys, you're welcome to Mystics or Lunatics. And Anne and Andrea, how are you doing, lads?
We're very well, thank you, Mick.
That's tremendous.
I'm great. Thank you, Mick.
I said Anne and Andrea, I did. I said the two of you.
She answered for me. You thought she was my mother.
I was a minute ago. But I love you.
Anyway, lads, how are things? How was the last few days?
Very good, actually. We had our workshop, Mick.
Oh, we did, yeah. And you know what? My sister gave me a great explanation of 5D, put simply. My sister did. And she says, I'll read it out later on, Andrea. And I'll call you. I said, Tricia, why didn't you come on the podcast? I says, but anyway, yeah, she gave me, she's been, yeah. You know, she says, I'm too technical, she says, Andrea. And she says, it makes me sound like I'm intelligent. Only your sister could say that, you know, lads. And only your sister could say that, you know, and kick you up the arse and say, you sound like you're intelligent, she says.
Mick, can I speak on a very serious issue?
Of course you can, Anne.
And you brought this to my attention, and I'm just going to say to anybody out there, be careful and who and what you get in cleansing your house.
Actually, not to interrupt you, but to interrupt you, I think I got a message from that person. I got a message from somebody. For those of you who don't know, we've set up an Instagram page for our podcast, and it is Mystics or Lunatics on Instagram. And I got a message. Her name isn't on it now. It must be her work account or something. And she said, "Hey, Mick and Andrea, I sent Mick a voice note about my wee boy and some experiences and queries I had.
Yeah.
I don't mind if you want to use this for your podcast. Some people might find it helpful. You're more than welcome." So I think that's what this is about.
That's who it is, Andrea. Yeah, she said that to us. She said it to me last night, and that there was a little extra added to that, and I didn't get a chance to say it to you yet. So was she talking to you today?
No.
Okay, I'll explain it to you afterward. Okay.
Please, because I'll tell you, now I have spoken to Paul O'Halloran. Paul knows I mentioned his name.
Yes.
And I also spoke
to... A powerful shaman, guys. A powerful shaman.
100%. And Willie O'Toole.
And explain what Paul and Willie do.
Paul and Willie are shamanic. Right? And if you want anything done, please contact those guys.
Anything done like what?
Like this lady, what she says we can speak.
Yeah.
But something terrorizing her 2-year-old child.
In the house.
In the house.
Yeah.
Now today she
and we leave it at that. We just leave that part. Yeah.
And I looked at the photograph, and I'm sorry, listeners, but this is how you deal with this. I told her to fuck off from the child. Leave the child alone.
Yes.
I've also contacted Willie. Willie has asked me, did anything happen in the house? Was there things, there might be somebody that needs to be crossed over. But I don't think so. If a soul needs to be crossed over, it's not angry like this one is. This is a nasty thing.
And to give the listeners a little bit of information on that, this lady has reached out for help and guidance because her small child has been seeing and feeling things that aren't actually there. And from what has been picked up, it is an unwanted energy in her house.
Yeah.
So she has actually reached out to get help and guidance on how to clear this energy from being in her house and around her child. And that's why Mum speaks about Willie and Paul, because the type of work that they do isn't the same as what me and Mum or Mick do.
No,
Like,
that's why I put her on tan. Yeah.
Yeah, I would sit down and, connect with spirit and read cards and read people. Whereas Willie and Paul work with clearing energy that shouldn't be where it is. They work on not just people, they work on buildings, land. They work with clearing away negativity that's in the wrong place and that is causing mishap basically in people's lives.
And also, do not get people in your house that claims to be shamanic. You make sure you find out who are they qualified, not just somebody that come in with this, they do say mediumship or stuff like that. Proper shamanic people in your home.
But it's
a different ballgame.
Becoming a very serious matter.
It is.
There is a lot of people out there that are claiming they can do things. And for them, we've talked about this a million times. It's purely just about the money.
Yeah.
Well, it's about their money and their ego. And their ego as well, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's all right. People saying that and then come into people's home. But these things are attacking children. And they're
not just children.
Oh, I know they attack adults. But lately, because I've had another one or two people that had contacted me with kids being attacked.
But on the bright side to this, guys, is that it can be dealt with.
Yeah.
And it will be dealt with.
It will be dealt with.
It will be dealt with, and it will be dealt with properly. Okay, well that's on the bright side, on a good note, as the man says, on a great note. But it is a valid warning. There's a little piece to the jigsaw, and I'll chat you after the show. I will. There's a little piece more to the jigsaw.
She needs to get Paul's number. Paul says give her his number.
We'll text
Yeah, well, I know from my own experience with Paul, he's top class, guys. He did.
On a brighter note,
go on, Andrea. On a brighter note.
For a girl last night, and I just wanted to give her a huge shout out. Her name is Sharon. She listens to the podcast. She's
Hi, Sharon.
Huge listener and lover of the podcast, and she couldn't talk.
Hello, Sharon. How are you doing?
Of the podcast. So, hello, Sharon, if you're listening tonight.
And Sharon, you know where Andrea got her good looks?
Yeah, Dad.
I was going to say the postman, but I won't say that. Go on.
Make you like your lugs.
No, you do it. Anne, how would you like to be buried, Mick, huh?
Yeah.
Will I send you a birthday card or a mass card, will I?
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, go on.
So, we got some lovely questions and also one or two spiritual experiences sent into our new Instagram from some of our lovely listeners. So one question we got was, what is the difference between a ringing in the right ear or the left ear, and is that the angels? Thanks.
Will I answer that, or do you?
Go ahead.
Well,
and you can go first. Yeah, it's a simple one.
The angels, the ringing and the left there is the mother energy, and the ringing in the right ear is the father energy. And it could be either one energy trying to contact you and you're not listening.
But when you get the ringing in your ears, is the angels fine-tuning our vibration. That's all. That's what it is.
But when it goes either the right ear or the left ear, it's either the mother, father energy trying to communicate with you.
In other words, that woman is elevating. She's starting to elevate when she's starting to get the ringing. That's the start of it, guys. But that's from my experience. That's what happened to me. Like.
Yeah, her loved ones are just acknowledging that they're there and they're around her.
Around her, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And there's a little dog as well.
Lovely.
Lovely.
Yeah. Well,
how much is that doggy in the wind?
Hold on now. If we're not allowed to sing, Andrea, you're definitely not allowed to sing. No, come on. But lads, between the three of us, there's not a note. You know that, lads. I tell you, lads, there's not a note between the three of us.
How much is that doggy in the window? No, you have to go woof woof.
I can't. I'm woof woof. I'm woof.
lads, I don't know who was worse. Go on.
Oh, I've had another encounter with the fairies again today.
You see,
Good
that's
woman.
all the things you're saying about me.
Yeah.
No, it's actually nothing to do with you. So the fairies have taken something again on me. And they haven't given it back. I'm very disappointed. So one of my lovely residents today, as I was going out the door, handed me a bar of chocolate, and she insisted. I said I can't take this, and she really wanted to give it to me. So I got a lovely bar of chocolate, and it was small enough to fit in my coat pocket, and it's been there all evening. I took the dog on a walk, and when I came back from the walk, that bar of chocolate is nowhere to be found.
It'll turn up. It's in the
But
car.
no, it's not in the car, it was in my pocket. So the fairies have taken the bar of chocolate for themselves.
Maybe they like the chocolate, I'd say they do, because I used to give them Smarties, remember?
Oh, Smarties, and that's what I give them, sweets. They love the colourful sweets. They do. They love the colourful sweets.
Beads.
Yeah,
They love beads and honey.
Yeah, colourful sweets and tobacco, loose tobacco.
Yeah.
So yeah, the fairies are really, they're around the podcast because
Sure look, you have
Sunday on my phone, we done the podcast, and now tonight with the chocolate. I feel like they want to be acknowledged a little bit more.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, listen to the fairies because they are here.
Oh yeah, I actually acknowledge them tonight coming out of Yasmin's house. She's a fairy fort beside the house. I said, lads, good night now, lads, and I'll see you next time I'm up. I will.
Did you give them something?
No, I must bring them out some Skittles. Because the Skittles will drive them mad altogether, lads. Full of ease. They'll be hopping all over the place. They're full of ease, the Skittles. They'll be hopping all over the place, they will be.
Oh, they will. Yeah.
Yeah, they'll be absolutely hopping as they will. Now, Andrea, next question.
So this person has sent 2 questions on a spiritual experience. So the first question, tips for meditating. Have listened to guided meditation, but usually fall asleep as I get too relaxed. I usually try to meditate around 10 p.m., which probably doesn't help falling asleep.
Yeah, meditation is hard, guys. Even when I do meditate first thing in the morning, if I get 2 minutes of a 20-minute meditation where I'm actually meditating, I'm doing well.
But you know what?
And that's for most people. Like people think we can sit there
5 minutes or 2 minutes or 10 minutes.
Yeah.
That to me means that you've done what you've needed to do for that day.
Oh yeah, I agree with you. But people think that we have to actually sit for the 15 minutes and be in meditation. Our mind is going to wander, guys. We're human beings, like. We're not perfect.
It's to do with the computer, actually, because YouTube do brilliant guided meditation videos, and you can put them on the telly or put them on the computer.
I often tried it, and I used to get violently sick.
But that's your opinion. That's your body's way.
I would buy a tape for the meditation.
You're just old school, though.
Yeah. Well, I listened to now Dr. Joe Dispenza's ones. He's very, very good. I just do it, put on YouTube on my phone, and I just do it in the morning. Now, Andrea, by the way, going back to YouTube, I couldn't find us on it.
Did it not upload?
I don't think so. We'll have to go back and do it again.
Yeah, we'll try it again. It mightn't have uploaded. I had to look as well. I didn't see it come up.
Yeah, either did I, so we'll have to go back to it again.
Yeah.
Guys, we're going on YouTube as well, we are. There you go, lads.
We're uploading the weekly podcasts on YouTube for people to watch as well.
Yeah. Anyway, next question, Andrea.
Well, to go back to that person's, the tips for meditating.
Tips, yeah.
There's also different types of meditation, so it depends on what this person is looking to get out of meditation. Like, if you want to do meditation for going to sleep, if you're falling asleep after a few minutes, that's brilliant. But if you're looking for meditation for relaxation or, to clear away negative thoughts to start your day, you actually have to be very specific with what meditations you look up.
Exactly,
because there's different types of if someone's just doing a general meditation, to me, I don't think that'd be very helpful unless you just want to relax and unwind after the end of your day. If you want to do a meditation to help your communication with spirit or for grounding, you have to be very specific with the meditation that you choose to do.
Because you're putting it out to the universe.
Well, that's how I started learning this. This came across, but I started with him, and I give it to all the people who were coming to me for advice, and that is a mediumship meditation.
Yeah,
that's very, very good, and that's how I started, and she talked me through it. Well, the spirit actually gave it to me. I just thought when it popped up on my phone and said, okay, that's what I have to do. And ever since then, I've been using it and giving it. I only use it at the start for the first 2 or 3 weeks, and then I just had my own, went straight into my own gig. But yeah, there's that type of meditation out there as well. There is. But it depends on what you want.
Types, do you know? So
but when you are meditating, your mind is going to wander. Just when it wanders, stop it and bring it back. That's the whole trick. Stop. We're not going to be able to focus all the time. We're not Buddhist monks sitting in a cave, for 40 hours a week. We can't do that. Like we're humans.
Yeah.
They're humans, well, but we're just the mind is full of stuff. Like
yeah,
and it's very hard to quieten it down.
But that meditation was making her,
But it goes back again. It depends.
Yeah, but it's
on what
late
you're
at night,
looking for
Anne.
out of meditation.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It depends on what you're looking for. So
as long as
more
you're
detail.
being very specific with the meditation that you're doing, that could be why you're falling asleep. Because if you're doing meditation for just relaxation, it's great if you fall asleep, and that means you've done what you need to do.
Yeah,
and there's loads of people who would love to have that meditation to help them fall asleep.
Yeah. Otherwise, if you're looking at it for different things, the time you're doing it definitely, but be very specific with the meditations that you're doing.
Yeah, I find early in the morning is best, just when you're after waking up, because then you're between alpha and beta. Your brain is and it's good.
Yeah.
To relax. You haven't allowed the mishmash of the day to go into your head yet.
She's also asked another question. Has spirit ever been physical, like a touch or feeling like a hand has touched you?
Yeah, with me.
I'd have different. Yeah. Go ahead, Anne.
Feel before, because I lost the little girl, stillborn, and my mother, and I lost a brother years. And when I'd feel down, it'd be like if I knew it was my mother and my face would be rubbed. And I thought, that's my mother. And she would rub my face. And like telling me everything is going to be okay.
So I'm different. So when my spirits come in, the four of them give me a sign. Now I'm on, so you can watch it, guys. Here it goes. So when Matthew comes in, my nose widens. When Dakota comes in, that's what happens in my eyes. When Roshni comes in, that's what happens in the other eye. And when my kids comes in, my nose squelches up. So I know the four of them here. It's like Matthew, Dakota, Roshni. See it? And but I asked them for those signs. So I would know when my spirits are here with me. And I said, give me a specific sign. And that's what happens all the time. Okay? So yes, to do give us signs if we ask for the signs.
Well, my first spiritual awakening, I was pinned down on the bed by a spirit.
Yeah, you said that, Andrea.
Yes, I was touched. I was pinned down. They were there. They were sitting on me, and they woke me up out of my sleep to say, "Hey, we're here. It's your time."
And if the Palladians are here.
Are they behind me, Anne?
No, they're just, I can't see them, but they're telling me they're here.
Yeah. I feel it.
Yeah, because they're coming in. They're just saying they're here.
And if he comes in and watch me mouth, look, when your man comes in, the Palladian guy, I can't take his energy yet, though. It's like, see what the mouth does?
Yeah.
It's involuntary. That's what my mouth does. I must look like some idiot to somebody who's sitting in front of me during the reading, lads. I'm going, what's wrong with your man? Is he having a fit or something?
No, they're letting me know that they're letting us know.
Did you ever run a marathon, Mick?
I trained for one, but I never ran it. Yeah.
Yeah, they're talking about that as well.
Yeah. And I'm definitely not running one now, lads. That's for sure.
No, you're not. I won something one time in school, and somebody pushed me in the race, and we done the running in McHale Park, and I was so excited. I got a powder set.
Oh, very good.
I didn't get medal.
What type of powder?
Oh, it was talc powder that you get years ago. Are you laughing?
Back in the day, Andrea. Back in the day, I know it. Back in the day.
Some people would take that the complete other way, Mum.
Not that, Andrea.
No,
Oh, never mind. The people that know. Listeners, I won a set. A kind of powder set with powder, talcum powder, and in a box.
It was back in the day. It was back in the day. Do you remember and that sort of thing came as Christmas presents for everybody? You went down and bought that for your mother.
Heikenheiser.
Yeah.
You would have, yeah. They were big back then, Andrea. No, Andrea, this is before your time. You wouldn't remember this because you weren't even born, child. But back in the day, you could only buy your mother a set like that for Christmas. We would, yeah.
Well, we didn't have deodorants to smell nice.
No,
Our perfume.
Who would buy someone a deodorant as a present? I'd be so offended if somebody bought me a deodorant. I'd be like, "Are you trying to tell me I smell?"
Well, they were the thing in the day.
You know?
Yeah.
That was it in the day.
And
like.
I was so excited.
Yeah. So, Andrea, go back to me race. What about me race?
They were just all about you running for a marathon.
Oh, you ran the roads for years, Andrea. Yeah. Donkey's years, yeah.
They're just talking about that.
Yeah.
Idle chit-chat.
Idle chit-chat with the spirits, as we do, lads. It's like, and your friend there who said that we should have a beginning and a middle and an end to our podcast.
Hi, Tony.
Hi, Tony. How are you doing? But I explained to Tony that we can't have a beginning and a middle and end because we don't know what's going to happen on the podcast, lads.
Yeah.
Our podcast is not scripted. It's whoever comes in, and we have no clue what's going to be said or what's going to happen.
Talking about Tony is such a sweet human being.
Oh, yes, she is. And wasn't that gas?
But I didn't give it to her. She's such
and wasn't that funny,
person.
though?
What?
Wasn't that funny what happened in the car, though?
Well, I tell you, I know she won't mind me speaking about it. I had to go out to this girl's house to do readings. And we were in the car chatting. Now, Tony, she's just a lovely person, no doubt.
A lovely person, yes.
Yeah. And there was an elderly lady in the front and introduced. And we're talking about, I says, are you eating again, Mick? And Mick says, no,
See,
I
was eating my dinner when you rang me, Anne.
I rang him, yeah. And he says...
And she had me on speaker, Andrea.
In the car?
Yeah.
Yeah, in the car, yeah.
He says, I would eat a nun's arse through a gate. And who was sitting in the front seat of the car?
Only a nun. I said, what's the chances of a nun still being in Ireland even, lads? And I just, I was like,
but you know something, Meg? She thought she was just beautiful.
But no wonder people don't want to be nuns if people are talking about eating their backside.
Now that's
Elise saying. It's Elise saying it is. I'd eat a nun through a garden, through a convent gate. I'd eat a nun through a convent gate, lads.
She thought it was brilliant.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah, but it's synchronicities again that I actually come up with that phrase. Hadn't used that phrase in years, and there was a nun sitting in front of the car. I didn't even know was there.
Listening to what he was saying. Well, but we had a great night after that. It was lovely.
Absolutely. Good.
Yeah, absolutely good night. So
good.
People say to me, you know, when I'm doing the readings, how do you know that?
Yeah, but and I was today. I was at a match. And I was refereeing, and then during the break between the first and second game, I was talking to some teachers, and they were asking me what I do, and I was telling them what I done. I was telling them about the podcast, and with that, one of the teachers says to me, "And you read, yeah," and with that, I says, "There's a P around you." She says, "What?" I says, "It's a Pierce." No. I says, "No." I says, "Not Pierce." I says, "It's Percy. There's a Percy around you." Well, she nearly fell down, lads. It wasn't that her neighbour, who she hadn't thought of in 30 years, who lived beside her and who she knew well and loved so much. And he was a lovely man. Well, I said, he's in here saying hello to you. Well, she nearly choked, that she did. She nearly choked at the match.
Yeah, and he scored lots of places on his bicycle.
Yes, and he had a little garden patch, I told her, out the back, and he had the spuds in it. And she says, "You're so right." And her mouth was like, "Oh my God!" It was like, but isn't that lovely? Like, isn't it? That these things just come to us.
When you get messages like that.
Well, I actually was up in the room a few minutes ago, and there was a Jimmy come in, guys. Now I don't know whether this Jimmy related to someone who is either for the podcast or someone else who sent me a message. But I don't know whether this man was a postman or a delivery van driver. But his wife is upset that he's gone, and the daughter will be listening to the podcast. And the validation was there was a milk churn that had a key or something hidden underneath it. And that's what he came in about. And then there's another woman came in, Imelda was the name given to me. And this is there's someone out there that was a listener who was listening to us or will be listening to us, was doing a DNA tree. And this Imelda is going to come up on the tree, and she's just acknowledging that here now.
Why?
There you go, lads.
And they'll find a brother they never knew or something in that line.
I think so, Anne. There is something definitely involved in it because I am, even I'm here. And lads, even tonight, I'm opened up. I haven't closed down yet. I come down with first night ever in the podcast. I'm opened up for messages. I am.
Oh, you're wide open. Yeah.
I am. I'm wide open tonight, Anne. Absolutely wide open. I am. Yeah.
And it's good then when you you close off and
You can get your rest.
yeah, there's a full moon now tomorrow night.
Well,
So
God bless us all.
Yeah, I'll have the crystals out, lads, cleansing for the night. I will.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I must put mine now too. I have to get 4 crystals. What you call them? Oh, I can't remember. That's gone strange. The white crystals.
Oh, and I know the name of it. I can't think of it now.
Yeah, it's gone out of my mind. I have them in the window.
Yeah, I'll put out all my crystals out tomorrow night. I will in the windowsill, the whole lot.
Yeah, I love
And the
to
one,
do
everything out.
something with mine. Any more questions?
Maybe, maybe not.
Maybe not, says Andrea.
Maybe not.
Hey, Andrea, any sign of the mammy? Jesus,
She was
she's letting
talking
us.
about the marathon.
I'm just.
Oh, what she was mammy, was it?
Yeah, this person that asked them 2 questions has also given their spiritual experiences. To add a few experiences today with birds. This morning, a finch or a sparrow flew into my patio door and was stunned for a few minutes. We picked him up and put him in a safe place in the garden till he felt a bit better to fly off. And the afternoon we had a visit from a robin who decided to have a nose around the utility room. A lovely white feather in the patio area too. Lots of spiritual signs maybe. Definitely. I am actually picking up of a male energy trying to come in and...
This is the same lady with the ringing.
No.
No, because...
No, this is different. This is different woman, Anne.
With this energy, I'm feeling it's a male energy, and there'll be something around an anniversary of his passing or some sort, like his birthday or his anniversary of his passing or something around him that is coming up either this month or next month, and he's just coming in to connect with the family to celebrate, he's saying to me.
And he's bringing luck. There's something very lucky coming for them. She's going to get a lot of luck in the next maybe 2 months. There's a good bit of luck around the family.
Lovely, guys. Absolutely. I have a robin that comes and lands every morning on my basketball ring in the garden there.
Wow.
In the front. He lands there every morning. About between 9 and 9:30, he's out there. Yes, every single time. Love it.
I have my robin with me every day.
I just wonder.
Oh, very good.
Did anybody ever have experience with butterflies?
Yeah, I did. I had an experience with butterflies. I can't say too much about the situation because it's work related, but my first couple of weeks in work, for anyone who knows working in any type of healthcare facility, you unfortunately see a lot of death, and there was 1 week, and it kept happening every day. The same butterfly would fly in through the window into the sitting room where I usually am and work, and it was very significant the way they were coming in. I knew exactly who it was that was coming in to give me the message, but it was all work related. And for a full solid week, at the same time, the same butterfly would come through the same window. And for the first few days, I wasn't listening to it. So on day 3 or 4, I was getting ready to clock out, which would be on the other side of the building. And as I was getting ready to clock out, in the same butterfly came on the complete other side of the building through one of the fire doors that was left open.
Oh, yeah.
If I go to a funeral, there's always 2 that comes in the church. But I'll tell you a story. A friend of mine, just at COVID, before COVID, or just when COVID had started, died, you know what I'm talking about. And I got very sick. I got really bad sinus infection. And everybody kept saying, oh, you probably have COVID. So I had to, I went and got a prescription, and I came home feeling sorry for myself. And all I could see was these big white balls flying because we live down in it's an
We live in a
hill.
hill. You have to go
Yeah.
down the hill to get to our house.
And I seen these big balls flying down there, and they were coming down. So I thought, you're a loser. How to say the word?
You're losing your marbles.
More to that. So I rang a friend, and she says there were flower fairies
Oh,
that I was seeing. So I had to go the next day up because I had to walk to get COVID tested. And when I got up in the morning, do you remember the garden was full of butterflies?
Yeah, Dad actually was looking out the window as he normally does, and Mum had a lovely sunflower in the garden, and the sunflower there sitting on the flowers was all the butterflies.
Loads of them. And people were looking at them. And I thought, I'm going to have a COVID test. Thank you, butterflies. I don't have COVID, which I didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
well, there you go.
And because I was walking, I don't have a car. Your man was on his radio. Walker. I thought,
Yeah.
Good for the test.
good up for the test. But thank God I didn't have COVID.
Yeah.
Have we any more questions, Andrea?
Well, we can leave them for the second part of the podcast.
Okay, we will. Yeah, I'll just go back to the fifth dimension thing that we had, and my beautiful sister Trish come up with a brilliant, simple way of explaining it. So we relate to the fifth dimension. People probably wonder, what is he on about? Well, she says the 5 P's of the fifth dimension. Peace. You are totally at peace with yourselves, guys.
That's what
You are. Number
we're
one.
actually gone into the fifth. We're gone into the fifth and seventh.
And the 6th and the 7th, yeah, we are, and we're moving there.
Paul told me
Yeah.
that.
What are the 5
but
P's? Go on.
There's peace, power. You step into your own power.
Exactly, yeah.
Where you have your own boundaries laid down, and you will do as you feel is correct for you. Okay, you won't be pandering or people pleasing or that. Positivity. You're feeling good. You're in a high vibration all the time. Prosperity, which comes in the fifth dimension, and of course, potential. The potential to manifest anything that you want, and at a far quicker speed than where we are at the moment. And they're a great way of putting it, the 5 P's of peace, power, positivity, prosperity, and potential.
That's brilliant. Yeah.
And
I'll read out what she said.
Dedicate that to a girl that came for a reading today, and her name is Helen, and we're dedicating that to you.
I give her a bit more on. She says, Tricia says, the fifth dimension is not going to Mars or getting another ear or nose. She says it is getting a complete place of peace within oneself, where you have power and control over your destiny. There is no anxiety or fear, because you are at peace, and no bad energy can drag you down, because you have allowed yourself to elevate to the top step. Have accepted that this is possible to be happy and at peace within yourself every day, and heavy energy can't get into you.
Yeah.
There you go. Isn't that a lovely way of putting it?
And she was right.
Good on you, Trish. Good on you, Trish. I can't even said that was me. It was Tricia.
I must get Tricia's address, Mick. I must ring her because the blanket's done for her. It's gorgeous.
Oh, lovely, and she'll be delighted. She'll be delighted. That's lovely. Yeah, that's great.
And I can
That's
take
great.
credit for this one.
Okay. Oh, you cannot, can you not? No. No. Well, but that's not the lovely thing, and we don't take credit.
No,
you see,
we do
it's
the
not
work
about
we're
us.
supposed to do, and we give acknowledgement.
We do the work we're supposed to do, and we get it done, guys.
People would know here, I run the group called Bitch and Stitch, and it's every Thursday. And the ladies there came out in full force and helped me when they knew my friend wasn't well. And they've come out, and I wanted to get for her granddaughter, and there was other people, and they took my blankets and done them for me. And to me, that is a totally beautiful thing.
Teamwork.
It is, Anne.
Yeah.
It is absolutely. And that's the way it should be.
I know, they're beautiful.
Oh, bitches you have. Absolutely. Will we finish with a poem, so guys?
Go ahead, Nick. Yeah.
I'm going, okay, pick a page, pick a number.
19. I think I've said this before, but
Well, this is a different, we're going with book 1 now.
all right.
The Ramblings of a Gobshite, lads, huh? Oh, Andrea, love. There you go, pet, huh? Love. There is a lovely little word. It's so often called love. It has many connotations. It's like a spiritual dove. To some, it's a phrase. To others, a real feeling. It sets your heart racing, leaves your head reeling. So what does it mean to be totally in love? It's when you and another just fit like a glove. It's is unconditional love what we see in our dreams. That's an energy of happiness that bursts through our seams. Love knows no boundaries nor colour of skin. Actually, we read this a few weeks ago, Andrea. It's pure and intention and comes from within. It comes from your soul, burns like a bright light, bringing cheer and a smile in the darkness of night. Self-love is so important, which we often don't do. If you don't love yourself, no one else can too. Now, many do fear to allow love in their heart, but it's never too late for a brand new start. But we did actually, right, we did say that a few weeks
The
ago.
reason why that came up this evening was because of the 5th dimension.
Yeah.
Well, the 5th, correct, Andrea. 5th dimension is pure love. Pure love. Can I read one more? Because I always like this one, guys, and it's very poignant when so many people are leaving the world early. I chat with the departed.
Yeah.
Already?
Right.
You know I am not dead. My body is not here. My soul and my spirit now lead the cheer. I am so happy right now. I wish it could be that I could show you everything that I see. Please put away logic. That's human thought that shackles your feelings, makes life so fraught. I am with you forever. We are never apart. Love cannot just die. It can never depart. I am always around you, all happy and with joy. Just ask me to help you. I will always reply. Why I died is so simple. Nothing was wrong. My higher power called me. It's where I belong. Finally, when I departed, I went into the ground, but my spirit and soul will always be around.
Can I ask you, Mick, is that in the book you gave me?
That's in Ramblings of a Gobshite. No, this is book 1, Anne.
I have
Ramblings
the
of a
2
Gobshite.
books.
Mick, could you send me that? I tell you why that verse of that, because I want it for someone.
I will, of course,
And
and
that's
I'll dig it out. I'll dig it out. My repertoire of poems. I'm nearly. I must have nearly 1,000 poems on my phone at this stage, but I'll find it in there somewhere. I will. I will. I'll go through them and find it. I'm glad. Anyway, with that, lads, good night and God bless. And lads, it's a beautiful pleasure talking to us all. I better close down on my energy when I finish. I better not forget.
Good night and God bless everyone.
Good night and God bless. See you guys. See you guys. Chat to Sunday night then. Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.